YouTube, this is Raj, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how fast sugarcane grows in Minecraft. I've done a couple of these videos with bamboo, cactus, and with kelp, and decided, hey, why not? Let's take a look at sugarcane. So I've done a couple of tests, and I'm going to share the results with you later. But before we get to that, let's take a detailed dive into sugarcane in Minecraft. So in Minecraft, sugarcane generates next to water, and is actually 5 times more likely to generate in desert biome variants than any other biomes. You can also get sugarcane from wandering traders, although 1 emerald for sugarcane's a little pricey, buddy. So in Minecraft, sugarcane can be used in composters. How it works is that 50% of the time, sugarcane will increase the compost level by 1. Composters have a level of 7, which creates 1 piece of bone meal. So this means that 14 pieces of sugarcane should create 1 piece of bone meal. And if you look in this chest, it created 3 pieces of bone meal for 1 stack of sugarcane, which means it was less than 50%. You can also craft sugarcane into sugar, hence the name sugarcane, I guess. And then you can use that sugar to create pumpkin pies, cakes, and fermented spider eyes. So sugarcane can also be used in brewing stands as an ingredient. It can create mundane potion and potion of swiftness. You can also use sugar with horses. It heals them with half a heart and increases their speed rate for 30 seconds and increases their tame probability by 3%. So besides sugar, you can also craft sugarcane into paper, and then this paper can be used to create things like empty maps, books, cartography tables, banner patterns, and fireworks. You can also use paper to trade with villagers. So if they have an occupation of librarian or cartographer, they will trade paper for emeralds, and this is useful because you can use this to level them up, and when they're in their higher levels, they'll usually give you pretty good enchantment books. So this can be like unbreaking, mending, pretty much any enchantment book you can find if you level up a librarian and you have enough patience to kill the useless ones. So paper's pretty useful when dealing with these guys. Now let's look at the sugarcane growth mechanics. So sugarcane in Minecraft is very similar to cactuses. They have the same growth mechanics, roughly. With sugarcane, it generates 11/18 chance at 2 high, a 5/18 chance at 3 high, and 2/18 chance at 4 high. It also is likely to grow at 16 random ticks, or about 18 minutes. Now let's get on to what the test I did. So what I did was similar to what I've done in my other videos for kelp, bamboo, and for cactuses. I decided to separate each plant, and I did this 10 times and over a 20-minute interval, which is equivalent to 24,000 ticks in Minecraft, which is 1 Minecraft day cycle. I decided to see how much sugarcane was produced, and I did this 5 times, so I'll be able to check how 50 plants individually produced. And here are the results from the tests. So if you look, the lows were all 0, so there was 1 plant that produced 0 on each test, and on most of the tests they produced 2 as a high, although there was 1 test where it was only 1. So if you're growing sugarcane within a 20-minute interval, it should either grow 0, 1, or 2, and it'd be unlikely it would be any higher. And if you look at the range of the totals, it's 8 to 11, and in the averages that's 0.8 to 1.1. So if you're growing sugarcane, you should at least get about 0.8, which is close to 1, so you probably should take that into account if you're doing a large farm. So I decided to look at it by percentage. So if you look at this graphic, it's pretty self-explanatory. So the likelihood that sugarcane will produce 0 is 24%. The likelihood it'll produce 1 is 66%, which is pretty good, 2/3 of the time. The likelihood it'll produce 2 is 10%. So this is actually pretty similar to what the growth mechanics say. Having gone through the results with the single plants, I decided, of course, try it on a larger scale, because why not? So there's 50 plants in here, and obviously I did it over a 20-minute interval to see if the results lined up with the single plants to a larger scale. I also did this 5 times. The results are pretty consistent. They have a range between 36 to 45, and the averages are 0.7 to 0.9, so there's not a huge range here, and they actually back up what the other tests said. So if you're expecting a sugarcane farm to produce about, let's say, 0.7 to 1 per a plant, that should be about right. As I've done several of these videos, I thought I would take those results from those videos and compare them to sugarcane. So I've done videos previously on cactus, bamboo, and kelp, and if you look, the most similar to sugarcane is cactus. Although sugarcane produces more. And if you look at this graphic, how the columns are set up, the plant averages when I did the test with the single plant, and the farm averages when I did the larger farm. So you can obviously see they're pretty close in totals, which obviously they should be. And they don't produce as much as kelp. They produce half the amount, and bamboo produces 5 times as more. So I think I've done everything I possibly can with sugarcane, so that should hopefully give you an idea of what to do with it and how it grows. So if you like the video, please give me a like. If you like my content, please give me a subscribe. If you want to keep seeing me do videos, please give me a comment and give me some tips. I would like to hear it. And subscribe to my channel. Stay classy, YouTube.